what you want? And are you getting what
Welcome, everyone.
you
Episode
need?
13, Lucky 13 of the No Means No Thing, No Means Nothing podcast. And as usual, you guys out there, go ahead and crack open what you got. Let's see what we got here to drink tonight.
Let's introduce ourselves first.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess people might not know us, right? I'm Jordan.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Matthew. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not my name.
Are you sure?
Go
I'm
ahead.
not.
No,
Age before
I've got an
beauty.
identity crisis now.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Michelle also.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, this is a no means no thing. No means nothing. Our little podcast where we try to determine our take on what the best no means no song is of all time.
An impossible and
as-
foolish task.
Indeed. And so to make it even more foolish, we tend to get a little slanted at the beginning. So what are you drinking there, Jordan?
I have some cider from a neighbor up the street who has her own little brewery called Tap the Admiral. That's the brand. And this is Down with the Ship.
Okay, I want
and
that.
it's-
Cool.
It's real good. And the I won't tell the whole story, but Tap the Admiral, the name comes from, I guess there's some famous naval commander back in the English-Spanish wars back in the 1700s who was super famous, and he died. And in order to preserve his body and bring it back to England, they stuck it in a barrel full of whiskey
shit.
to keep him preserved. And they ran out of food and water and booze on the trip.
Oh God.
So
no,
they all
no.
had to.
No, they didn't.
They had
Oh,
to
God.
tap the Admiral in order to get drunk and stay alive. So.
Captain,
think it's a great-
dive!
I mean, come on, that's a there's a
they
No Means No song
seriously
in there.
do that?
Yeah, it's a true story. And it's a very No Means No
God.
feeling story to me. So,
Oh
but anyway,
shit.
it's
Yeah.
so dry, it
Dive
almost
into the
feels like
captain.
champagne. Yeah, I am. It's really good.
What's floating in there? Is that a lemon?
There's nothing floating. It's an illusion.
Bullshit. It's
It's his
Captain
pinky.
Nards.
Yeah, it's a finger. I think it's
Are
a
you
finger.
sure? It looks like I can see a lemon in there.
It's a
Could be
stinky
a
pinky.
foreskin. I don't know. It's a
Part
stinky
of his
pink.
prostate.
Oh no.
Oh, shit,
Okay,
that's-
we are so off the reservation. All right,
Yeah.
Michelle,
Wow.
what do you got? Wow us with this. Mix it up, right? Here it is. Oh yeah, baby. Listen to that.
Did the
Mother's
widget
milk.
go off?
I think so.
Well, whatever.
Sounded
Oh,
like it.
no, it didn't. It was a little bit late, but yes, I have the old standby Guinness.
I like the milk and the Lucky Charms reference. That was a good one.
Yeah,
That's what I'm calling it from now on.
nice.
All right, and here comes door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. What you got for us, Matthew?
I got a bunch of stuff. Do you want me to present a bunch of things again?
Yeah,
How many
go for
fruits
it.
are involved with this?
Well, we have Britannia Brewing Company. I don't know where they're from. Must be Richmond. From here, from Vancouver area. Watermelon sour.
Oh Christ!
See,
One of
I
my
do-
two most hated foods. I hate watermelon.
There we go.
Fucking watermelon and root beer. Fuck that.
What?
That ain't
Root
happening.
beer?
I can't
Fuck off
stand
with
it.
that. Oh
No,
my god.
you fuck off.
Podcast is over.
Well, whatever,
Water-
man.
Let's make some watermelon root beer. That's what I want. No, that sounds gross.
This one's from Burnaby, the Cala Daggerad Sweet and Tart Amber Ale with calamansi, which is a fruit that I used to grow, and then my calamansi tree died. It's a small orange. It's okay.
Calamansi.
Yeah.
What is with you and the fruits?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Here's another citrusy one
Oh,
with bitter
okay.
orange and gentian root. The Mimeo Farmhouse Ale from New Westminster. Another, and now 2 Victoria ones.
Oh, those are always good contenders.
Longboat Chocolate Porter.
Oh,
Phillips
yes.
Brewery.
I've already made my
nom,
decision
nom,
right
nom,
there.
nom.
I think
Plus,
you
it's
even,
got a, it's
you
got a
even had
crow
this
on
one.
it.
I think you've even had this one, Michelle. I think
Really?
when we were in downtown Victoria, I don't remember what the pub was. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, no. The pub
pretty
we
sure
went to,
you-
they had Guinness. They had Guinness at the pub where we met up with your friend.
yeah,
Whatever.
right.
I probably had it too. I don't whatever. But that's
And
what
also-
I'm picking.
After me bitching about all this hoppy nonsense, from people from Victoria and BC will understand. This is the Fat Tug. It is the extremely hoppy. It's so hoppy that it almost becomes not beer, and it goes around the circle and becomes something
No.
else.
Fuck no.
No, it's that chocolate porter 100%,
Yeah.
right, Michelle? Right?
Damn
It's
straight.
even got a fucking crow on it, so that crow cares what we say.
Right.
But you know,
And, it's
my
chocolate
wife
porter.
my wife loves that one, so I'm gonna hang on to it and do a different one.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! You
What
have
a
broken the
fucking
rules
tease.
of the podcast.
You're a goddamn
All right,
tease.
in that case, you're punished with drinking the watermelon fucking beer.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do,
God.
simply because I know it will gross Strangey out.
Yep.
I'm
If
drinking
you could
this.
see her face, this is one of those ones we should be YouTubing, just so that you can
God.
see Michelle's look of horror and
Now-
disgust.
Now, here comes
It's
the
disgust.
Here comes the diarrhea, and it's,
It's
not
Sorg.
mine. It's Matthew's because
It's called Sea Maiden.
Sea Maiden. Oh, it's so cute. I do not want. All right, well, here we go. Good
Oh, my
drinks
God.
and bad. Oh, he's taking it. He's taking it like a man, folks. Even
Yeah,
though
he's
it's
going to be taking it
watermelon
up the ass
beer.
when I go up there and shove it up there. The watermelon on my special occasion.
A lot of anal play in this episode. Let's see where this goes. All right, folks. We got, as usual, well, actually, I think we've got some towering choices today. I don't know. We'll have to see how the votes come down. But, you know, if we had a couple episodes in between here and there where I was happy that I didn't feel so earnest about so many of the songs, but there's some great ones here. I'm, for myself, listening back these last few episodes, going to rein myself in just a little bit, because I think I just edited last episode and it was like I had like a 7-minute rant. It's like no one needs to fucking hear that. So I'm going first on our first pairing, but we'll reveal what it is here. Interestingly, I think we've got 2 pairings, and each pairing it has a duel of the eras, as it were. Right? We've got a post Andy, pre Andy matchup on both sides of this. So this first one. We'll start with Humans from Worldhood of the World as Such, 1995, and Forget Your Life off of The Day Everything Became Nothing, 1987, and the CD version of Mama. They had that cool little release with the nose percussion, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
that EP, which is subsequently named for the numbers, the words on the front of it: fear, anger, betrayal, hatred.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was on that EP from 1981. Originally,
Excellent.
and then re-released on
I
Mom.
love all the dates. I love how you guys say the dates. That's so cool.
Thank you, Wikipedia. So we're going to start with Humans. So buckle up, little monkeys, and take a little listen to this. So I'm going to start first without Humans. I'm not going to ramble for a long time about this song, not because I don't like it. I do really like it. I just don't know that I have a lot to ramble on about. I think, first of all, when I consider this song coming after Joy, this is sort of the most happy, yo-ho-ho, up kind of dual openings to a No Means No album. Isn't that from Live and Cuddly? We sing yo ho ho up kind of songs. Anyway, they're just 2 very poppy, fun, happy songs. I think I remember first kicking on this album, kind of going like, not in a really happy way or a good way, but wow, this is not the tone I'm used to when I pop in a No Means No album. I assume, and I don't know for sure, but my assumption is this is a John song. It kind of sounds like a John song. He's singing most of it. It feels like it has his fingerprints all over it, and I'm here for it. I think it's fucking fun as shit. I love Rob's circus Barker, freak show Barker delivery of those parts. Got the little echo on it. You know, you really picture Rob in his
Parts.
his little priest suit, his priest suit with the top hat on, like showing you all the little naked fucking freaks. I actually really like too. I mean, you know, listen, one doesn't have to dive too deeply into these lyrics, right? It's I'm not going to say they're straightforward, but it's not hard to glean what it's about. It's about being a fucking human being, right? Being a naked little monkey. And what I like about this song is it's equal parts, maybe not equal parts, but there's a lot of taking the piss out of being a human and how serious we take ourselves, but how we're really just stupid fucking naked monkeys walking around who don't treat the female monkeys very nice and like to poke each other with sticks. But you know what? There's also something kind of affectionate in it. To me, it feels kind of like, yeah, you know what? Don't take it so seriously. We're all just dumb fucking monkeys running around. And while most of it is pretty down on being a dumb fucking human, it just, part of it feels kind of affectionate to me, which I like. I love the little, you know, they poke these in a bunch of songs with a nice little self-referential monkeys wrong and monkeys right. I always picture that with the W on the right. Can't help it. They're poking fun at themselves a little bit.
The monkeys, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think musically the song is fun as hell. I you know, it's not their most experimental song, but it certainly fits the tone. This really feels like fucking circus music, in the best way. No means no circus music. So I think it's fucking fun. I think it's a great way to kick off this album. Starts it off with a ton of energy. It was really fun to see this song live. I saw them play this a number of times. I think it must have been fun as hell to play because it seemed to be in rotation often, even later, much after this album was released. So I can only imagine it was fun as hell to play. I love that all three of them get their voices in there in really interesting ways. You can hear all three of them. You know, it's the first time we hear Tom, right? And he kills it. He kills it with the guitar playing. Some great fucking guitar solos in here. And actually, this is a very guitar forward song. The bass is kind of hidden under it's not hidden, but it's not forward like Rob normally, you know, puts himself forward in a lot of these songs. I really like it. I think it's fun as hell. And I've always really enjoyed it. It's never a skip for me. It's not at the top of my pantheon, but certainly, especially for some of the John songs, I think this is a great one. Really, really like it. So I'll pass the torch over to Michelle, who's our monkey in the middle this time.
That's right. And I want to apologize to Matthew. I don't want to shove the beer up your ass.
I do.
I would.
Well, either way, you know.
No, I don't. I don't want to shove beer up anybody's ass. That was uncalled for.
Gets onto a mucous membrane either way. So.
What? Right. No beer up the butt. But the watermelon's still gross. Okay, this song, I really dig this song. It's one of my favorites on the album, I think.
Nice.
And yeah, I think John sounds great. And I questioned whether that was him singing, but I really think it is, and I think he sounds great. And like you said, Jordan, the Step Right Up section is it rules. It's hilarious, and he sounds fantastic. And like you said, also, the three of them are interplaying with the vocals, and it sounds great. The song really is very constructed. The song is constructed really well, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it totally kicks ass. It chugs on all the right parts, and is one of my favorites on the CD. The ending is fucking fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And I totally agree with you. I bet this would be a hoot to play. I bet it would be just a banger. It would be hilarious and fun to play. It sounds like it.
Yeah, and you're right about the ending. I forgot to talk about that part. I'd meant to, but I love that ending. I love it. I love it. And it goes real. It's Angel and the Devil is what it goes into, right? It's a nice sets a nice tone for the kind of change of tone as we go deeper into the album. All right, Matthew, what about you? What do you think of this sucker?
Yeah, I'm definitely a favorite off of this one. I sort of I like the that Predators is on that album as well, just because you got humans, you got predators,
right?
And I thought about the fact that Rob is a carnival barker, sort of chomping in separate. I don't know, maybe a little bit dog-like, who knows? But I love that. Yeah, John is the primary vocals, and he's actually doing some his vocals tend to be of a particular style, and we've got a song coming up later. It's interesting that we pulled two John heavy or John primary vocal songs for this pull, which is cool. And I kind of, both of them make me kind of wish that he got to sing a little more often, or at least got to flex vocally a little more often, because he tends to be in that kind of slightly Ramonesy vein most of the time.
He's more poppy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that all three members do vocals, and it is I guess the first appearance of Tom. Mm-hmm. And he's Tom. He's not trying to sing in any style but a Tom style. It's Tom.
Yeah.
Like that's a Shelby Snight style. That's the style that he sings in. So it's good that he's not only there, but he's himself, and that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, this and the song we're comparing it to is, I think, some of the fundamental messages of No Means No. I'll get to that in a second, but let's see. Musically, yeah, it's fun, really, really fun. Maybe a little bit more basic, but and speaking of bass, I'm not a guitar player, but I do have a bass, and whenever I pick up the bass in the bridge is what I always try to play.
You mean So I Got Restless part?
The more instrumental part without any distortion on it. I just like that sort of ringing, kind of simple, undistorted bass. I think it's a good second track after Joy. Joy is a little palate cleanser from previous albums, and then into what No Means No will become next. Mm-hmm. Pretty great. I love the line, immaculate if ill-conceived. Mm-hmm. So the play on the Immaculate Conception of Jesus, but yeah, ill-conceived is a poor idea. So that is probably true of humans running around and throwing poop at each other. But yeah, I do like, they takes the piss out of being human, but right at the end, and I'm, again, lacking the musical terminology for this. The song, I think it changes the chord. I mean, it maybe becomes minor in the last, or something to me sounds a little more lighter or forgiving. We're all just like this.
That's such a great part.
The way sort of falling, and it's like just sort of accepting. This is how we are. It's a tender kind of forgiving. We're all naked monkeys, and that's I guess one of the fundamental messages I get from No Means No.
Definitely in a major key for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it just sounds more kind of optimistic, despite the fact that we're all running around blowing stuff up and poking each other with sticks. But yeah, we're all like this, and I guess that's sort of what No Means No. Don't get full of yourself, but don't get too down on yourself either. Like we're all like this. Yeah, it's a great song.
Just be cool.
It's like I think that's totally right. It does reflect one of those fundamental messages. It really makes me feel like, they point out these really serious flaws about being a human being, but then make it something that is so universal and shareable as a human being that it just makes it a strength. It's like, yeah, that's
right.
You just have to fucking celebrate it because it's a fatal flaw, but we all fucking got it. Yeah, it's a good point, Matthew.
I should mention, as the only Canadian on the podcast, that I don't know if you guys would have picked up on the "strong and free" line. It's of course one of the lyrics from "Oh Canada."
Oh no! Shit! Oh no!
Whoosh,
I didn't
right
pick
over my
up
head.
on that.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool!
So yeah, they're referring to the fact that they're Canadian monkeys.
Canadian monkeys.
Yeah.
The best kind, the very best.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. The True North, strong naked. And free is the lyric from "Oh Canada," like our national.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice. All right. Well, we ready to move on to its competitor? Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to talk about "Forget Your Life." So put your life aside for a second. Listen to a little clip. Here you go.
You're hiding. What are you hiding? That's nothing. That's nothing. You're scared. What are you scared of?
So we're not only in a completely different era, and I think this one clearly the origin of it goes way, way back to the early days of No Means No, but also tonally entirely opposite, right? Like these are two weird songs to put each other up against in some ways, just in how they make me feel. Maybe not in terms of the message. In a certain respect, they're not necessarily opposite. Um,
Yeah, it's not a
Again,
bouncy song.
this is not a yo ho ho up kind of song,
Yeah.
right? This is
No
why when
pirates.
delivering that line, they could deliver it so sarcastically and everyone laughed because of songs like this. This is a brilliant report from a very, very dark place. I will say it's actually hard for, and I've always felt this way about this song. It's hard for me to say I like this song. I do. I think it's brilliant and I think it's fucking a masterpiece in its own way, but it is so good at making me at putting me in that place of being in the throat of despair that it's hard for me to say I like it because it's a very uncomfortable place to be. And I think they do very, very well at creating that feeling, which, you know, again, is something I've often talked about with this band, how their best songs for me are the ones where every piece of it fits the theme, both the music and the delivery and the lyrics, musicality. And this is definitely one of those songs. I mean, you've got that first keyboard explosion, right? Which just sits and then echoes like this fucking retreating peal of thunder. And it makes me feel like this little kid just watching under the covers, terrified of the lightning out the window. And then these guitars insinuate themselves in like the fucking monster at the foot of the bed. And there's Rob at the foot of my bed, just looking in my eyes, just whispering this anthem of depression to me. And it's fucking brilliant
Jeez.
and terrifying. And that, you know, that the rolling dirge like riff that this goes through is just hypnotic and relentless. Even in the original, right? Just to take a moment to talk about the differences. I do prefer the studio, well, I don't know, studio, the small parts recording to the original, but the original is really affecting in its own way as well. And of course, slightly hilarious when he knows they're doing nose percussion on it. But I mean, fucking A. The tone of the song just fits the lyrics so perfectly, and how it even the way that it ends with this sort of manic cacophony of drums and keyboards, and it's got that unsettling, uncanny, throbbing rumble at the end that is sort of present throughout the whole song, was present in the beginning, but just really comes up under the cacophony of like this, that feeling that you can kind of be coming out of a depression, but feeling manic, but underneath there's still that throbbing fucking insistence of despair. And it's, I don't know, you know, I mean, I guess you could, I can tilt myself 90 degrees either way and look at the way this is delivered and have it sort of mean different things depending on what perspective it's coming from. But it really, for me, has always just felt like that voice that is talking to you about how you're facing your life and telling you that you're nothing, that you're shit because of how you're facing it. Like all of us have to some degree have probably been in that place of feeling that small, of cringing and shrinking inside from life, from other people, from ourselves. And then telling ourselves that we're fucking nothing and no one because we can't engage, because we can't face life, we can't face others, we can't face ourselves. I mean, this song just fucking, it's just it can put me right there. So it's still hard for me to say I like it, but I think it's brilliant. It's of course I like it. I don't mean like I don't mean to say that. Maybe say it this way. I don't know that I enjoy it, but I fucking think it's brilliant.
Appreciate its grandness.
Appreciate its
right?
majesty and its brilliance.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know that I enjoy it because it makes me feel bad, like it should. It's supposed to. It's supposed to make me feel bad, and it does a very, very good job at that.
How about that?
All right, Michelle, you're up.
Jeez. All right. I dig this song, but I think this is going to be weird. And I'm anxious to say this, but I'm going to say it. I think I dig it as its separate parts and not as a song in its complete version. I love the keyboards. I love the eerie guitar. I love the slow sludge of it. I love what Rob's singing, but the song never really meshed with me too much. I never skipped over it. It was more of a background thing rather than something that stopped me in my tracks, like the songs of theirs that I love so much. And I wrote, I do like its grandiosity and the and and uh, and how it always sounded eerie and far away and creepy. The ending, in my humble opinion, is the best part, and I will always get nostalgic when I hear it.
Nice.
Nice.
All right,
Okay, yep, that's it.
Matthew, your thoughts?
I actually almost feel like it's a little bit. It always made me feel a little bit optimistic, more optimistic. Again, it's like one of these fundamental messages of No Means No, and I feel like we're humans is we're naked monkeys. This one is, if you're nothing, and if you feel nothing, then why worry? It's just nothing. Why are you worried about nothing? So
Right,
just kind of
maybe,
get it.
yeah.
Like, you're hiding. Why are you hiding? Just like you get on with it. If you feel like nothing, you're right. And yeah, it's like a lot of people use the word nihilistic with No Means No because they do play with the word, nothingness and all that kind of stuff, and even just right in the name, no. But it's nihilistic and thus optimistic. So like if nothing matters, then just get on with it.
How about that?
Yeah, I like the keys that they kept the keys from the original version. The original version doesn't have any drums, which is an interesting choice.
It's got nose percussion.
It's got nose percussion. Actually, I didn't know that for sure. It makes sense now, but I was like, is that a bike pump?
That's a nose. That is a nose.
Yeah, well, John
it says that
is
in the liner notes. Yeah.
John is the ultimate snot-nosed little brother. But yeah, in terms of it's of its time. I mean, the re-instrumentation for the late '80s is different from the original version from the early '80s because this is a darkwave song. Add some shitty drum machine and you have
you are totally right.
Yeah, you have a Clan of Zymox
Wow.
song. If you just
Yeah.
or some Sisters of Mercy or something like that. I mean,
Oh, man, you're totally fucking right. Oh my god, I'm
totally.
looking at it completely differently right now.
I love that bassy,
Yeah.
rumbly sound, which I think is like an artifact of plugging stuff into amps that like low. And I'm really glad that I have kind of gotten a routine down to listening to these songs for the podcast. I first listened to them in the car. Because my car has a really good subwoofer in it, and you can really, really feel it in your chest more so. And then I listen to it wandering around in my headphones, and then I listen in my garage on the 7-channel Dolby. Yeah, it's good to get the listening to it in different states and different environments. Helps me to get different perspectives. One thing
Right.
at the beginning. Nothing and no one. When I look up the lyrics, sometimes I'm surprised because maybe I read them back in my teens in the liner notes, but I always heard if you feel nothing to no one is what I heard in my head, which is a little bit different. It's an element of alienation that maybe isn't in the lyrics, and I'm not actually sure for sure because he could easily be saying nothing to no one.
Nothing and no one, or nothing to no one.
But when you sort of mumble to, it becomes kind of like a sound, and I don't know. I like that I can sort of understand it in both ways without the actual lyric overriding how I heard it.
Were you Were you looking up lyrics on the actual original lyric sheet or on like one of the online sites? Because
when you look on
you can't trust that shit.
No,
Yeah,
and
you
they
can't
get
trust
handed
that shit.
around too. I think they might even write scripts to scrape each other because the same typos are in different sites. All the time.
I don't try. I actually want to go dig up all my CD cases so that I can start referring to the original on this shit.
Yeah, maybe I should do that actually because it'd make more sense. Anyway,
not to the point. Just real quick, the point you just made right there about the to or the and. their lyrics are subtle enough that those fucking things can make a big difference. And so I
That's
think
right.
I really
Yes,
want to try to
yes.
go back to the source to make sure that I'm anyway, hearing the right shit, because little things can make a big difference. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because at one point he does say like nothing to no one, and it's very clearly to nothing to
Right.
no one. But yeah, it's a little bit mumbled, and it could be either. But feeling like you're nothing to no one is different.
Much different.
That you feel like nothing and no one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
maybe you
knowing
can
him, he
understand it in
probably
both
used
ways.
both.
I was going to say, I bet you
did.
it's both. They
Yep,
never,
I bet he
anytime
did.
they repeat a phrase, they almost always put a little English on it to spin it one way or the
Yeah.
other.
Just like you talk about, Jordan, this kind of lyric writing you like, where they change one word.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of these songs are kind of like, yeah, you suck. Everybody sucks. So, just might as well get on with it because you don't have a choice.
Deal with it.
So
I guess I can this is when I was talking about like turning 90 degrees to see this song in different ways. I've at times taken the song the way you're talking about. And for me, I guess the way I came down it is it's just how it makes me feel. Like Humans gives me that feeling you're talking about. Like, oh, we all fucking suck. But you know what? We're all fucking humans. This song
sang
just
with a
makes me
smile.
fucking feel sad. Like I can't, I don't feel the optimism. The message that you're talking about, No Means No, is one of the most, is one of the reasons they're the dearest to my heart. This song is probably of their entire oeuvre, the song that makes me feel the saddest, like that makes me feel the most like, ugh.
Bruh.
And that may not at all been the intent, but it's kind of their only song that I go like, oh no, yeah, they really are. This is, if you just heard this one song, you might go, what a fucking nihilistic band, and not catch that other channel. But that's just, again, that's only this little Naked Monkey's little fucking perspective on it.
I
shit.
want to look up oeuvre, but I wouldn't know how to spell it.
I think I'm mispronouncing it. I always do that. It's oeuvre.
No,
I can say it if you want.
Matthew
Please.
will know.
Matthew knows,
He's
fucking
a
linguist.
fucking genius.
No,
Now he's awesome.
I also speak French. It's
See? Look at
oeuvre.
Oeuvre. Oh,
You gotta wipe off your
I'm
mic.
saying it in good American. I'm not going to try to say it like
Oeuvre.
some naked Frenchman. Oeuvre. That was nice.
is,
Say it again.
yeah,
I want to hear it.
the work.
Say it again. Say it
Well,
again.
it's the same as in hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah,
An
right.
hors d'oeuvre.
hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvre.
All right. Well,
That's the ketchup.
to get back to Canadian speak, pitter patter. Let's get at her. Let's vote these fuckers.
Wait, French is Canadian speak.
Oh, that's right. God damn it. God damn it. I'm trapped on all sides.
Great.
All right. So we got to vote.
Sophisticated, Matthew. I fucking
No
love
shit,
it,
man. It's fucking fruity
You're
beers
cool. You're
and
not
French.
a dillweed about it. You're fucking cool, man.
Let's vote. We got 2 votes. Oh shit, I gotta be first. God damn it. All right, so we've got Humans and listen, this is hard for me
Oh
because
man, look at your face. You're like you're
forget your life
pulling
isn't
hair.
Forget Your Life is an important No Means No song. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's an important song.
I
It's
agree.
it's foundational. It's fundamental. I like Humans more. I like listening to it more. I like how it sounds more. It makes me happier, which who the fuck cares about that when you're listening to No Means No? But I have to go with Forget Your Life. I think it's more important in their catalog. And it can't always just be what I like. It has to be all of the factors. And I think Forget Your Life's a more important song. And for me, the fact that it makes me feel it's kind of unique in how it makes me feel of all their songs, even though I don't always seek it out, I think that's important. So that's my vote. Forget Your Life. All right, Michelle, where are you at?
You're giving a very convincing argument here.
Well, fuck that. How do you feel?
No, I'm being affected. As usual. Oh God. All right. I already had made a decision, and I'm gonna stick with it. I regret to inform you I chose Humans. And I
regret?
know I feel bad.
No, that's
I
good.
don't like my vote. I don't like it.
These split ones. This is not only I think it's good for you to stick to your
I
guns,
don't
but
think
now
I
we've got
no.
now we've got tension.
Oh,
now Matthew gets
oh,
to break a tie. That's always
oh.
more interesting.
Oh,
Users are on the
okay.
edge of their seats. As one user recently said when someone spoiled the results in the comments, this is their Game of Thrones. So get ready. Matthew's about to break the
Shit.
tension.
I think I know what he's gonna pick. I think I know.
Do you? I think you know.
Wait till we get to that
damn
one.
it.
Oh my God.
Oh no shit.
Woo.
Okay. I like them both, and as I say, they're both fundamental messages of no means no. And like you, Jordan, I think I like to listen to Humans more because it's a more fun song. It's a more I don't know when it came out as well. But yeah, Forget Your Life is well, I mean, it's from the EP, The Day Everything Became Nothing EP, but it's also from the CD of Small Parts, which probably vies for favorite No Means No album more often than what Worldhood does. Yeah, but somebody from the No Means No forum, a woman, she messaged and she told this story about she lives on Vancouver Island and I think near Tofino on the West Coast, and she has been in a dark place, in a bad place, and she called into the local radio station and she requested Humans, and they played it for her. And she said she'd been experiencing vertigo and having a really bad time of life. But it lifted her up, and she got out of bed and she danced around.
No shit.
And I think
That's
maybe
a
the
great
power of
story.
that song and the fact that all three of them are in it, and Forget Your Life seems. I mean, it's the Wright brothers.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't request that one. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I think I got to vote for Humans.
Yeah, nice. Humans goes through.
What?
Yay! That actually makes me super happy.
Fucking hell.
Yay!
Wow. That's
very
not what I
pleased.
thought you were going to say.
I don't know whether I would have voted that way without that story.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's talk about important songs. That lends some importance
Right.
to it. That's fucking
Yeah,
great.
No, it doesn't happen very often, but yeah, I actually not friends with her on Facebook or anything like that. But yeah, I reached out in that
It's
weird
just a
Facebook
human
way.
connection.
Yeah,
It's a
no, I
human
just-
connection.
I checked on her. I was like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you doing all right?"
Oh,
And,
Matthew, that's
yeah.
awesome.
and she was doing okay, and she said she didn't have good access to the internet, but she was interested in listening to the podcast. So
Oh,
Well, if you're
she's
out there,
gonna love
and
hearing
she
that.
might not feel as alone as she has.
Yeah,
That's
man.
nice.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Damn.
Cool
Well,
beans.
that's the so far in
what
all
it's
of
all
our
about,
votes.
baby.
That's the happiest I am to have not had my vote go through. That's
Right.
fucking great. We'll put Baldwin aside. All right. So now we're going to listen to, again, thanks to everybody who's been sending in. Hasn't been a ton of them coming in, so bring them in more. But we've gotten a few more in. We're really loving these stories of your origin stories, your what No Means No means to you, and any if you have a good No Means No story. So thank you, all of you, for sending them in. Remember, you can send them to us as audio files or even text files if you just want us to read them. To no means nothing podcast at gmail.com. We'd love to hear you. Got international listeners out there. You people out in the Seychelles, who the fuck are you? Send us your story. Who are you?
You
Why do you like
people.
this song? Who are
And
you?
whoever's
you
listening in Iran and Vietnam, I'd really like to know who you are.
Please,
it's-
we're begging you to tell us. Even just send us an email. Even if you don't want to do that whole thing, send us an email. I'd love to know
Yeah.
your story.
I'm glad. I
what's
mean,
going
it's,
on there?
it's
It's
regular
fucking great.
enough that they could be using a VPN, I suppose, but it's regular enough that they're
It could be.
listening on purpose. It's
Well,
not.
VPNs are not going through Iran, right? I mean, come on.
Probably not.
Really? I wouldn't
Yeah.
think so, but who knows? Well, anyway, dear listeners, here's one of you. And I believe this time we're going to do Irish Sean. And
Oh,
he's going to
Yeah,
regale us with a little tale.
I just
Go
wanted
for
to
it.
say also, like, please specify if you do want us to read
please.
them out. If you
Yeah.
have trepidation about recording your voice or difficulty doing so, then let us, and we'll blather your voice out for us, and we'll even do you
Absolutely.
in character with a shitty accent if you wish.
Oh, now we are tempting fate, my friend. Tempting fate. Anyway, here is one of our listeners, and we're grateful for it. We'll see you on the other side of it.
Hello, my name is Sean. I'm speaking into an audio recording device in Dublin, Ireland, and I discovered No Means No because it was carved into the side of a bookcase in the room I took French in when I was in fourth year, so I would have been about 15, in Ireland, in Kilkenny specifically. I saw those words, I put them into as one word. It kind of... Obviously, I'd heard the phrase before, but seeing it as one word made it, gave it a sort of different kind of sense, if you know what I mean. It made it into one magical sigil rather than a sentence, or a request or whatever. Put it into Google, saw it was banned. Immediately because at that stage I had been destroying the music industry for many years. Put it into Soulseek, got the records, went up to Tower Records in Dublin, bought the best of with the infamous "That's Great Granddads to You, You Little Bastards" or whatever cover, and the rest was history. Yeah, it turns out actually that where I'm from, Kilkenny, is a huge hive of weirdos who like No Means No. Like, a lot of people several years older than me would have liked No Means No, to the extent that it is actually unusual not to, and considered a cultivated contrarian opinion. But I was the main kind of like No Means No obsessive in my group of friends in Kilkenny, who mostly liked Alice in Chains and other really shit bands and Tool and stuff like that. So
here we go, round 2.
Nice.
The victims enter, and we have 2 towering songs. We've got
Yeah. Hey,
Tired
listeners,
of Waiting.
are you tired of waiting?
Are You Tired of Waiting? I'm tired of fucking waiting. Tired of Waiting off of Wrong, 1989. You know it. You love it. Versus Slowly Melting off of Why Do They Call Me Mr. Happy, 1993. And while I would love to break tradition and have Michelle jump in first here, I think we better stick with our format, let Matthew go first, and then we're going to let Michelle talk about this song, because I know she's very anxious to do it. So Matthew, what do you think of this one? Tired of wait, first, before we do it, I got to remember, I'm tired of waiting for the point where I can edit the shit in. So here's a little edit point for you, Jordan. Have at it.
Line. Tired of waiting for my clothes to dry. Tired of waiting for the show to begin. I got tired of waiting for my ship to come in. Tired of waiting for the bus. Tired of waiting for my shoes to get fixed. Tired of waiting for my check. Tired of waiting for a change in the weather. Tired of waiting for the one in the ball. Tired of waiting for the paint to dry. Tired of waiting for a sign. Tired of waiting for my big break. Tired of waiting for the dam to break. Tired of waiting for the box to drop. Tired of waiting. I got tired of waiting for the end. I got tired of waiting because I found out there's only a very, very fine line between biding one's time and wasting one's time. Do you know what I mean? I got tired of waiting, that's all.
All right, Matthew, hit us.
Okay, yeah, first side of Wrong. Very energetic. Some of the first No Means No I heard. Wonderful song, of course. And it's definitely a favorite of many, I believe. It's basically a jazz song. It's so incredibly tight. And, you know, John gets let off the leash and then just like reins himself right back in. The musicianship is just absolutely incredible. I love the angular guitar, atmospheric, and then a very silly solo. I mean, there's one point where there's like, he's just letting it feed back underneath the drums, and it's just fantastic. I love how as Andy gets more yelly, and I love yelly Andy, John's drums and fills get way more complex. Which is pretty crazy. I mean, this is snotty, snarly Andy. I mean, and then he gets to a point where he's almost grunting, and then at the end, of course, like ooh 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 ooh. It's you know, again, we're monkeys, naked monkeys. You know, grunting ape-like at the end. I think that about the line, you know, biding your time versus wasting your time. I think I probably think of that and have thought of that every couple times a week.
At least
for 30 years.
Oh
and,
my God! Yeah.
Same. One of the greatest lines of all time.
Whether I'm biding
Right.
or whether I'm wasting, and the fine line between them.
Right.
But I also like how the things that he's tired of waiting for. Sometimes they're more, and there's a little bit of a gradient, like it's very mundane things, like getting your shoes fixed, which is a clue to a different time, because who gets their shoes fixed anymore? They were natty dressers. I wonder which cobbler they were going to, and whether it was a very, very nice Eastern European man named Lal who had his little shop, very grouchy man, on Cedar Hill Road.
Wait, is this true?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you just made that up right there.
No, that's
he's
a real shop, but
it's a real
he
shop.
doesn't know
I'm
whether
asking.
he's.
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm asking.
I wonder because it's sort of near where the guys from No Means No, whether they went to Lal too, because that's where my dad and I went when I was a
No
kid.
shit.
Fuck yeah.
It just said Lal shoes on the sign.
Lal shoes.
Hand cut little shoes.
Hey,
Wonder
the
whatever
Lal
happened to Lal.
shoes.
But yeah, anyway, waiting for my big break, waiting for the dam to burst, waiting for the bomb to drop. I mean, there's the mundane, there's the positive things, there's the catastrophic. He's just tired of waiting, that's all. But I find the tense interesting too. I got tired of waiting. Not I am tired. I got tired. So is he still tired, or is he done with being tired, and has he waited for the end? The end of what? The end of waiting, or the end of so is he acting, or did he act in one very strong and particular way?
Oofa doofa.
Yeah, and actually I think that When Putting It All in Order Ain't Enough is a sequel to this song, because they're very similar in tone, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, definitely a favorite.
Nice.
That's about all I got to say about that.
All right, well, Michelle, I know this is one of your favorite songs of all time, so I'd like
I'm
you
so
to
anxious.
I'd like you to
I'm
come
so
down, and I'd like you to talk about this song on The Price is Right.
You did it for me. Yes.
Fuck
This
yeah.
is why I'm here. This
Come
I
on
really-
is,
down.
oh my
to
god,
hear you.
you are so
Come on
fucking
down.
funny.
Now, just for the record, I had that all queued up and ready to go before you
I
fucking told me to do
know.
it. I'm like, I'm
so
gonna get this ready.
impressed.
So anyway,
Oh
go
my
ahead.
god, Jordan.
I'm stoked.
You
I want
sweetheart.
you to go off. Let me hear it.
I can't. My face hurts from smiling.
I tried to talk him into putting "Come On Down" by Shovelhead instead.
I'm not. No way. It doesn't compete. It was great.
All right.
It's a great song. But
I can't believe
get
you
that
did
Bob Barker. Bob Barker. Oh wait, Barker.
That's
We've had two
right.
Barkers this episode. We've had
That's
Carnival
right. I was
Barker and
gonna-
Bob Barker.
Right.
Oh, you made
I
that
was
joke
gonna-
already. I'm slow to the punch. Go ahead.
No, that's
Spay
all
or
right.
neuter your Tom.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. This is why I am on this podcast, and I'm going to listen and look back on this and realize I should have said, I could have said. I am almost shaking. This is my favorite No Means Fucking No song of all time. This is it. This is it. Oh God, this is it. I've waited my whole life to defend this and proclaim the perfection and polished precision of this fucking gem. The intro, the angst guitar, the fucking Buddy Goddamn Rich going on over there with the drums. Are you kidding me? Are you? Oh, the fartiest FU bass and Andy. Holy shit, Andy. Oh my God. The greatest delivery ever with the lyrics, the guitar. This is the No Means Noiest song that ever knowed. This is, to me. This is everything that encompasses everything great about this band. The mesh of punk and jazz, junk, or whatever. What did people start calling punk and jazz? Junk?
Faz. Funk,
Jazzcore?
Yeah.
punk, Paz.
Jazz?
Punk,
I don't
junks.
know. But they're doing it.
Jizz?
They're doing it. No. No, that's not jizz.
Jaws.
Jaws.
The accents, where John puts the accents with what Andy's saying on the second beat, and then he changes it to the fourth, to the third, to the first. It's just
Fucking preach.
every time I hear it, my hairs stand up. I just have never heard anything so amazing in my life. The diatribe and litany of the offenses at the end of Things to Wait For, absolutely love it. And the change of the weather. Don't you love how he says that? Change of the weather. And I never knew he was saying water to boil. I always thought he was saying one in the wall. And I'm going to keep saying that's the one in the wall, not the water to boil.
It's like
I don't
You're
know
waiting
what-
for the one in the wall. I want to know who the guy on the wall is. That's
I don't
fucking
know,
great.
but that's what I thought.
But
he
I'm tired
said,
of waiting
and I
for that
still-
fucker.
for the one on the wall, right?
He's waiting for Blue Who. Sorry, to call
Yeah,
back.
we got to find that out. Hey, I don't care. And then this leads into stock taking. I mean,
Yeah.
that is the fucking best 1-2 goddamn punch in the nuts you could ever have in your musical life. As if you haven't had your mind just completely blown, and to come into that second one, just give it up. Just stop. Just don't. Just that's it. Have you guys seen the video for this with Tom? He's so cute too. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the few videos they actually made, and it's Tom, and he's young, and he's cute.
I
Yes,
must have
Jordan.
seen this. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure you have, but there's a video. Write down that you need to
Well, fuck yeah.
watch that.
I know what I'm doing right after this.
This song is the shit. It is my number one No Means No song of all time. It's a special day for me. When you told me a couple of weeks ago that this was on, I got very anxious and thought,
I remember.
am I going to talk about my favorite song without sounding like a dillweed? I'm going to stop now.
Well, good news. You did not sound like a dillweed.
Fucking song.
So which one are you gonna vote for?
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with this.
That makes me so fucking happy. It is so.
Yeah.
That was just that. I'm just fucking filled with fucking joy hearing you talk about this song, and I agree
it's
with.
my favorite.
I agree with every fucking word you said. Every word you said. Every word both of you said. So I think so. What I would add to this, because you guys have basically covered everything I'd want to say, but a few things I'd say. Right. So Wrong was the first album I really heard of No Means No. And I've told the story like in that episode 1, I guess, of how I was in my friend Russell's dorm room putting on the headphones. And so what I would point out most for me about this song is how masterful the sequencing of No Means No is to put this song where it is. Because you've got these, I was listening to It's Catching Up, and then I was listening to The Tower, and then I was listening to Brainless Wonder, and you're like, these guys are punk masters.
Wonder.
Like, fucking A, these guys are full of power. And then all of a sudden, this fucking thing comes on. And I just remember the whiplash of like, what the fuck is, what kind of punk band goes into like full, tight jazz fucking madness? And like you're saying, like, John on the drums, just the little fucking little masterful accents and the fucking little cheeky Andy guitar solo. It's fucking, and his delivery, Andy being the master of sass. It's just fucking brilliant. This is one of those songs, even though I could pull it out and I love it on its own, this is always one for me that just goes with stock taking. Like, it's hard for me to take these two apart because they're just on the album, it is the 1-2 punch, just like you said, and on this album, and I think that thematically they go together too. Like they're just of a fucking piece. They're one block. They're not one song, but they feel like one song to me.
Oh God!
And that was what when this song came on is when I knew this was my favorite band, because I'm like, oh fuck, if they can go from Brainless Wonder to this and make me love both of those things just as much, then there's fucking nothing this band can't do that is ever gonna suck. Like, they're just too good. They're gods at their instruments. They are gods at setting a tone. They are gods at vocal delivery. And gods at vocal delivery, by the way, different fucking vocalists like on these songs, right? On the first 3 and on this one. I'm like, who's this guy? Like, you've got 2 singers in the band who can fucking kick ass this much? Are you fucking kidding me? Give me a break.
The punk Beatles. They're the Beatles of punk.
I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna say better than the Beatles. Sorry, I fucking love No Means No. Well, just for me, No Means No means more than the Beatles to me. Maybe they're not better. That's stupid to say. I know that's stupid. I don't really mean it, but they mean more to me than the Beatles, just personally. But no, you can't say they're better. The Beatles are.
I was only named after a Beatles song.
Yeah. Well, listen, the Beatles fucking are amazing. I'm not shitting on them, but No Means No means more to me. They didn't make Tired of Waiting. Beatles never did. Sorry. It's never happened.
Oh, God, this song.
And I really love how one of the things I was noticing, and I've noticed in the past, but in listening to it this time, how each of the verses, Andy, he seems to start off with something really fucking mundane that he's tired, but in every verse, the stakes go up. Not just throughout the whole song, but in each verse. Each verse starts with something mundane and gets to something more serious until at the very end, the verse goes from something really fucking mundane till literally the end. I'm tired of waiting for the fucking end, the bomb and then the end. It's gorgeous. And Fucking A, man. I'm sorry. Andy is absolutely the master of sass. He is just
The sass master.
brilliant vocal delivery. And like you, Matthew, not a week goes by where I don't think, I'm just tired of waiting, because I found out there's a very, very fine line, right? That whole thing, it just rings through my head. And it's always in his voice. And that's a brilliant line. It's a brilliant fucking line. It's an aphorism one should put on your fucking wall, knit it, crochet it, stick it up. It's
a deluge. It is whatever
fucking,
the fuck you said earlier.
Fucking brilliant.
The way that there's no instruments in behind it either, and it's like there's a choked cymbal and then just silence,
and then just him.
It's just
it's all from the beginning to end. Every choice that is made is absolutely flawless. There's nothing in this, just like you were saying, Michelle. There's nothing in this song that isn't entirely masterful.
It's the best song. We need to stop this podcast right now.
Well, no, I'm not. I can't.
Serious with you.
I can't go there with you. I'm glad this is your favorite, and I love it. It's toward the top for me, but we got more fighting to do. This is gonna be fun when we get to round 2 or 3 or 4 when this one fights with some of the others.
No, this is it.
Anyway, it's brilliant, and I think we got to move on to another song that I also feel is pretty brilliant.
Why
this is
bother?
Let's pull down the reins here. We got Slowly Melting. Why do they call me Mr. Happy? 1993. And before Michelle gets her cut at it, Matthew, you're up.
I got to recover.
Oh wait, let's hear a little bit of this masterpiece. Matthew, you're up.
Okay. Interesting comparison here because there's nothing extraneous at all in either of them. Actually, I don't think. But Tired of Waiting is masterfully prepared sushi. It is spare. Right. It is lean. And Slowly Melting, or Tired of Waiting. Obviously, it's a jazz song. It's a small number. It's in a small space. Not a lot of players. Absolutely perfect. Slowly Melting, on the other half, is a 7-course meal, and it's maybe one of their more or most orchestral, like fullest songs, which is it's quite interesting. Just from the instrumentation to the playing, to the speed to. It's a John song, which is interesting as well. I never really thought about that before listening to the song in isolation, that I really wish that John had sung more songs that weren't quite so silly, because he can really, really do it. And pretty great. Because his songs tend to be the sillier, Hansensier ones. I love there's keys in it. Pretty great. I love the hi-hat work. I love the idea. I think this is John's environmental epic. The subject matter clearly means something to him. It's an environmentalist song, which is, I love the idea that we're firmly planted, but we're floating on liquid granite, and like we're still all
because of the worms.
Transient, yeah, exactly.
Because of the wormies.
The liquid granite wormies. The instrumental bridge just absolutely kills me. The guitar chaos. It's almost, there's bits of it that are almost Middle Eastern. where they kind of really, really go off.
I hear that too. Yeah.
Yeah. There are silent bits.
Mm-hmm.
I love any song where John is shouting or using his vocal percussion, like his whoop, ha, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is just it makes me so happy. He's just like living it. I can totally see his silly face with his silly glasses on, and his silly
Totally.
Bermuda shorts.
Those shorts and his fanny pack. Don't
Yeah.
forget the fanny pack.
Oriented to
Fucking fanny pack.
oriented
Jesus.
sideways to the crowd.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, I love the harmonies. I love the anyway, the descending breakdown though, when it's just like so full on.
Yeah.
It reminds me. I mean, again, I always talk about how a lot of these songs bring up visual kind of visual images for me. It's like calving glaciers. It's like, you know, you're on a small boat and there's all this chaos descending and it's going to crush you. And then there's all these that's the turbulent waters of an iceberg falling into the ocean next to you.
Oh, nice.
And then at the end, it's the same breakdown, but it's really quiet and jazzy and improvisational towards the end. It's quiet. It's like the dripping water dripping into puddles. It becomes like it has melted and everything's melted and runs into lullaby.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, the ending. Oh, I know.
Fuck
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah. And right at the end, I mean, it's there's so much variety. I mean, there's plucking strings. There's I think it's a xylophone or a marimba or something. The plucking strings are do 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 do. It reminds me of like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Right.
And yeah, pretty amazing song.
There's a word for what that means when you pluck strings. I can't remember what it is.
Pizzicato?
Is that pizzicato?
I think
That's
so.
what I was thinking, but I didn't know if that was like a different thing. But yeah, pizzicato.
I think it's
Maybe you're right.
pizzicato. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is I love all the waves. I mean, there's quiet bits, there's torrents, there's it's a storm of a song, and I absolutely love it. One thing which somebody mentioned, which I didn't actually remember to go look up, but apparently weird, the light just changed in here. I didn't do that on purpose. Okay.
Oh.
Am I having a stroke?
No, I saw it too.
Okay, that's good. It wasn't just me.
It's the watermelon beer.
It's probably the watermelon beer. I'm slowly melting. My brain is
Take it
slowly
out of your ass.
Oh, come on. I feel bad about that.
Somebody said something about that this song was not included on an LP version somewhere, I think.
Was what? Wait, say that again.
Was not included on one of the LP versions of Mr. Happy. But I wasn't.
No, for sure was.
I didn't track that
It for
down.
sure was. How
There's
could it
one of those
not? How could
discussions
it
where
not?
we didn't know that Lost wasn't included on World Hood LP version in certain releases or in the UK or something like that. But
I'm looking.
I
it
wanted
up
to
right
look
now.
up whether Slowly Melting was one that had been omitted on different. Because I don't know how you could do that because it leads into Lullaby so perfectly.
That's what I was going
Right.
to say.
It
There's
does-
no way.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, something to look up. But yeah, no, I love the song. But again, it's so tightly interconnected, totally interwoven with the song after it, much like Tired of Waiting is interwoven with Stock Taking. It's really hard to
Right.
set them apart from each other. But yeah, I like how both of them kind of thematically, Tired of Waiting sort of feeds into Stock Taking, and Slowly Melting. It's depressing and everything's going to end. And then we're going to sing you a lullaby. So I know there's some similar songs in
see?
that way.
They're so nice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Just so fucking nice.
That's what I got
Nice.
to say about Slowly Melting.
All right, Michelle, try not to piss all over this song, considering what it's going up against. What do you
come
think
on,
of this
no,
one?
there's no piss. There's no piss. There's no boogers. There's no poop. Hey, I love the word you wrote, or orchestral. You're right. I think this is a great crafted tune. I love the piano in it. John sounds terrific and perfect for this piece. The best parts, I think, are the instrumental ones with the punk blowouts and all the contrasting runs. Exactly what you just said, Matthew. Of course, mine are always the shortest ones, but I'm just reiterating basically what you just said. The sections that rule are the mind-blowing, superb breakouts with the original melody and verse. I love this song. It's a composition and it's an artful delivery, and I dig it big time.
Oh man,
But
yeah.
no,
Like
no,
come back in with that hi hat work? Are you kidding?
yeah,
It's,
no,
Fucking A.
it's superb. It's a great song. If this was up against anything else, come on.
That's its
You know what I mean?
its falling.
But if you guys vote for
unfortunately.
this,
I know she's off the pod, so we got to be
if
careful.
mine
Nathan.
doesn't, if mine doesn't go through, I'm
All
calling
right.
the cops.
So
Calling the cops.
John sings this song. This feels like a John song. I'm also thinking he probably wrote the lyrics. I'm going to go ahead and just assume that. I don't know if it's true or not. But if this is John's song, I think this is my favorite of the John songs that that I could identify, or I would for myself anyway, identify as a John song. I think it's fucking a masterpiece. I just fucking adore this song. Have you guys seen that kid who does reaction song videos, and he's done a couple of No Means No ones, and he did this? He's like a 10-year-old kid who listens to
Really?
music and listens to a song for the first time and says what he
We
thinks
gotta
about
get
it.
him on here.
And he does slowly melting, and his brain melts while he's watching it. It's just fucking fun to hear. And I feel
Look
like
at
that.
his face. I gotta watch that.
I feel like that every time I listen to this. I just fucking love this song. And I think
Jazz Odyssey.
it's a jazz odyssey. It's a prog fucking punk odyssey. And lyrically to me, I absolutely can hear the environmental echoes. I also just feel a lot about time and entropy. This just really feels like sort of placing, and again, a common theme for them, placing oneself as a being in the midst of this consistently melting, breaking down universe, right? The idea of entropy, that order tends toward disorder, and that the universe is just tending toward disorder. And yet there's this slow, questioning, plaintive, hopeful, despairing refrain through the whole thing of like, I find myself in the midst of this world that's falling apart on these vast time scales and on these small time scales. But what is that presence? What's that little thing that witnesses it all? Is that real? Am I real? Is this something beyond time, or is it not? Is it just part of what's going to melt away? And what I love about it is at the end of this, they don't answer the question. He just asks it more earnestly. They leave you with the question asked the most earnestly it is in the whole song. And I love that. It's one of the things I love about No Means No, that they realize that the question and that the asking of the question earnestly is more important than the answer. They're not trying to give an answer. They're trying to confront you with the question and make you ask it more deeply, because that's more important. That's more real. It's more important to ask the question than to have a fucking answer. They're never giving answers.
Too.
Exactly. And it's more real.
The lyrics, sorry, a little aside, but just I'd never really thought about these lyrics as what they meant. You know, I could probably recite them, but I never really thought about it. But I mean, I feel a presence, but there's nothing at all. I wanted something. Down here is something. It's really something, but there's nothing at all. Such a
right, but that's not how it ends, right? Read the last one.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, if there is nothing, what is this presence? I'm slowly melting, but what is slipping away? Right? So it's not, they start in the middle saying there's nothing at all, but at the end it's like, but what is it then? What is it?
Captain
There's still
the
something.
It's the captain in the
Admiral's
container
getting
with
tapped.
the whiskey. Yeah.
So I think if John wrote these lyrics, fucking hats off, John. I think they're fucking great. And it has one of those
start to finish. I mean, what an incredible.
Well, this is what I was going to say. I was just going to point that line out because you pointed. No, it's fine. That's great. You pointed out the immaculate conception, but immaculate if ill-conceived. Right? They really love to take common phrases like that and fuck them and add way more meaning in it by fucking them up, right? By saying we start to finish. I mean, 0 + 2 = 1 is full of these, but by saying like it's the rule of the thumb, right? Instead of rule of thumb, it takes a simple phrase and just cracks it open and adds in layers of meaning just by a little fucking tweak. They're masterful at that shit. And I love that. And I think this has been confirmed. I'm pretty sure this is confirmed. I think we asked Jason and he confirmed this, but that guitar solo in the middle, in the big break, is not guitar. It's keyboard. It's John on the keyboard. And I always pick, it's not guitar. It's him on keyboard. And I think that I always picture John with a fucking keytar when he does that. Like can you just picture him up there just riffing on that fucking keytar?
I bet he would kill on that thing.
It's not. And now that the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, oh yeah, it is a keyboard, and he's got like a whatever those little bendy shit you can do on the keyboard to fuck with the notes to bend them I think it's been confirmed that
Hence
it's not.
the quarter to the Middle Eastern quarter tones.
Yeah. But this song just makes me fucking smile, grin, headbang. I absolutely adore it. It's genius sequencing as normal. I think it's one of John's best fucking songs. Very different. Has zero Ramonesy, Hanson brothery feel to it at all. This is full No Means No wheelhouse and fun as hell. That musical break is probably one of my favorite of their intense musical breaks. It goes on just long enough. I could listen to it,
Would you love
longer.
To hear an orchestra play this?
Oh my God. Fuck yeah.
Sick.
No, you know what? I'd like to just hear them play it. They never played it live as far as I know. This was never in rotation.
No, I bet they couldn't.
I don't think you could. And so that sucks because this song would have fucking slayed live to see Rob fucking no. I just
Oh God. Bras
I just
on the
want
stage.
to shit a giant brick when I listen to this. Bras on the stage.
People are shitting. People are throwing their bras on.
I would have thrown my undies up there for sure because God, this song is so much fun and and I love that ending. And to me that the idea that this song being about entropy, like it ends entropically. It's falling apart. It's slowly getting picked apart and getting smaller and smaller and falling apart, but brilliantly with those little plucks and like you said, Matthew, the way it goes into lullaby is just gorgeous. It's just masterpiece from the back. Love it.
Wow, so, this pairing is brutal.
Yeah, and again, these are weird pairings. This is a very these mirror each other in a sense in many ways, but we don't have to go into that too much. So I think it's time to do what for one of us is not going to be hard at all, and we'll see about the other two. So Matthew, start us off. What's your what's your vote?
Say something?
Yeah,
I got to admit, I don't know what's going to happen here. I will be all right with it, whatever happens. If mine doesn't go through, you're both full of shit. However, it has been a total delight. Who gets this chance to talk about their favorite song and what it means to them and how badass it is?
Here.
Thank you. Thank you. This is it. Thank you.
Here.
And I love the idea that there's people all over the world shouting at their into the empty room they're listening to this in.
Shout louder, man. Shout louder. We can hear you.
Fuck, these people are stupid.
Let's prove them right.
We are indeed.
We're dumb little monkeys.
Yep.
Stupid podcast.
What do you got first, Matthew? What's your vote?
Slowly Melting.
Oh shit!
God.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. But I feel like Tired of Waiting. I love it, and it is instructive and everything like that. But in terms of a musical song, something that I would listen to, it's more nourishing to me somehow.
I don't like the pressure on my shoulders. Oh fuck! All right, Michelle.
Hey,
not easy.
I know what you're gonna vote for. I'm gonna sit over here. I'm gonna fan myself.
You don't know.
I'm fanning myself.
Go ahead. It doesn't matter what I vote for. What matters is your vote. But give us your explanation. Be passionate.
This is my favorite No Means No song.
Right.
I have to. Even just saying the name of the song gets me just jacked. I think you know what my vote is. I'm voting for Tired of Waiting. Oh yes.
All right. Well, I'll try not to drag this out too long. Although I do think this is pretty. I do think this is pretty suspenseful. So I'm going to be a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit of an asshole, right?
I gotta go.
I adore Slowly Melting. I adore Tired of Waiting. These are both really fucking good songs. This is not an easy choice for me. This is not a coin flip necessarily, but for different reasons.
You got the vapors.
She's got the vapes, and not the good kind.
I'm not even going to look at you guys.
But I'm
the first one to go here, so you wait till your turn.
So the reason I am going to vote for the one I'm voting for is because I feel like, to me, it showed me a side of the band that let me see their utter genius in a way that I'd never heard before. And while the other one I dearly love, it's of character. It's not something that feels important in the sense I may actually sometimes enjoy it more and fucking love the shit out of it. But again, just like my first vote, I feel like this one's more important. because I feel like what it represents is more important for the band as a whole. And so Tired of Waiting goes through. And also, I didn't want to lose Michelle as a podcast host.
No, you wouldn't lose
no, I'm
me.
kidding.
You
I'm
would
kidding.
not lose me.
I'm not.
I would just think you were
I,
full of shit for the rest of the show. But
I
want
to say for sure. First of all, I'm very happy that Matthew voted for Slowly Melting because I love that song to fucking death, and I'm glad this is not unanimous because it deserves.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. And this was a hard
Please
vote for me, and I didn't.
Scream. Take out the scream.
Are you kidding me? I'm turning it up to 50. I am not. I did not vote for it because of your vote. I actually feel this way about it. It's true.
I don't want you to. I want you to vote with your heart, even if it's a full of shit vote.
But that was not easy. That was
it
not
was
easy.
Not easy. I gotta say, I decided a little while ago which one I was going to vote for. It was the other day. I was waiting in the parking lot because I'd driven Lisa
You were
down.
doing what in the parking lot?
I was listening to the songs.
No, you weren't listening. What were you doing in the parking lot?
Waiting for Lisa.
Yes, you were waiting in the parking lot.
I was not tired of waiting though. She was getting her COVID-19 vaccination, and I guess I was thinking about hope and in the face of apocalypses. And Tired of Waiting versus Slowly Melting. This is one of those unequivocal ones. If I hadn't listened to them, I would have been Tired of Waiting hands down. But I really thought about it.
COVID's helping you with this vote here?
Yeah, because I was sitting feeling hopeful in the face of an apocalypse in the parking lot. And it was not easy, and I agonized over it, and I decided to rip off the Band-Aid quickly rather than to torture you.
Okay, all right.
with my choice.
You got your rights. You can vote for whatever you want. I think
Fucking
you're wrong, but...
You know what? We've given the listeners some good tension this week, because both times these came to a tiebreakers. I think this might be the first time we've had two fucking tiebreakers in a single episode. That's pretty nerve-wracking. Guaranteed there's going to be lots of people on both sides who disagree with either choice, because these are all towering songs in my opinion. There was not a shit can among these.
I think without stock taking, without stock taking, it just isn't complete for me.
I can see that.
Wait, what are you saying? Like one runs into the other, and if you heard them both together, you would have changed your vote to
I don't know.
Tired of Waiting stock taking, or Tired of Waiting?
Maybe. I don't know. It hasn't happened.
Well,
whatever.
Look, folks,
we all got rights. We all got to do the right thing, and if that's right for you, you're wrong. But if that's right for you,
it is.
He's drinking watermelon beer. So.
It's like 6 weeks before any of you out there are going to hear this one, probably from when we're recording it. But I can already hear you all. Like the waves are flowing back through time, and I can hear you yelling. So please do let us know how angry you are at us, or how much you thought one of us or all of us got it right. You can side with somebody on the podcast because somebody got it wrong and right each time, right? I mean, fucking A, what are you going to do? This was a fun one. Those were fun. Fucking
I hope so. I hope it was fun.
I think so. Well, I'll say for myself.
I had to fan myself, for Christ's sake.
I know. I love that your favorite song came out already. That's fucking great.
Oh my God. I'm great. The first of us three, right? Am I?
I think so. Yep. Mm-hmm. I've had Matthew, some top ones come up, but not my favorite.
Does your favorite song come up, Matthew?
Not telling.
Yeah, not telling.
Why wouldn't you proclaim your favorite?
Clearly not. Otherwise, we'd know. I think.
Okay.
That's my that's my story.
Thank you for doing the Price is Right thing too. That fucking killed me.
Hell yeah. I had to, and I'm glad that it paid off and that it actually won. So I
didn't know you were going to do it tonight. I thought you were going to add it in later.
I know you thought it'd be in post, but I guess you get behind what's door number 3. You win. Strangey, come on down.
You didn't need to be tired of waiting.
Yeah, we didn't need to be tired of waiting. Come on up. So Tired of Waiting and Humans go through. 2 great songs. Unfortunately, Forget Your Life shall be forgotten, and Slowly Melting has melted just like the ice caps. But they may have redemption yet. We'll have to see. But hey, everybody, we're super glad you joined us. We don't have a Andy's Correction Corner this time, unfortunately, because he's got to catch up on the eps, and they've mostly been post Andy songs. So what the fuck's he going to say about that? So sorry, everybody. You just get to hear us blabber on about this shit this week. But any last thoughts, anybody, before we wrap this up?
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thanks to you two. This is always fucking fun. Highlight of my weeks. So it's been a great time.
It is fun.
All right. Well, everybody, again, thanks for joining us. And while I don't normally close with a fucking lyric from one of the songs that we've actually covered, you got to just remember that it's a very, very fine line between biding one's time and wasting one's time.
You know what I mean?
Got tired of waiting.